Dr. Amani Ghazi Jarrar as our distinguished speaker, presenting on professional etiquette and the role of women in leadership. Dr. Amani, the floor is yours.
Thank you, dear, and thanks to all for being with us here.
Professor Amani, mic muted.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Of course, you can speak in Arabic and English.
Yes, thank you.
Most of our attendants are from Jordan.
How are you all? It's nice to be with you, and I'm so pleased now. I assume that it's shared, my screen.
Yes.
Is it?
No.
Not yet?
Still.
Not yet, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
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 It's shared now.
Thank you. Let me start first by saying good morning to everybody here, or good afternoon to everybody here with us. Thanks to this great opportunity given to me by Dr. Ala from Philadelphia University. I'm so happy to be with you, and the recognition to British Council in the global partnership and the funding they are giving us to Jordan. I here represent myself in talking about building leadership and employment pathways for women and in construction. And it was great to talk to you about the professional etiquette and women in leadership, trying to some of my experience in both areas. To begin with, I would like to show you some main points that I would like to talk about, which is the first one, which is the etiquette and protocol. I just worked on a book on this title, and it shows how the importance of ethics and the art of good character and manners. I have two books in the area of gender issues, talking about women participation, political participation, and in issues of politics and in issues of sustainable development in general. To begin, also, we have to focus on what is meant by professional conduct and how do we use this in communication, especially for students who are preparing themselves to work in the professional area like yours. So I think the importance here is of the code of ethics and the professional conduct, and how together, if we agree on certain principles like integrity and accountability and the independence of the institute itself or the corporation that you will be working in. Also, that would be great if you focus on respect and professional commitment. And that, to some, is the business ethics, where you need to be more responsible, to work on your behavior, to present your principles that you believe in as a person and as a citizen, a good citizen. And that would reflect, of course, here your relationship with others and the trust that you would share. The more they will see how you are conducting with great morality, and they can rely on you. So it's your choice here to take the action and to be more creative in this. And here I would like to talk about one of the main etiquette and leadership styles that we need to begin with ourselves. So it begins with self-awareness, as you can see, and when you say self-awareness, which it means that you have to know yourself, which means know your emotions. And self, when you know yourself and you have self-awareness, you can move to self-management, which is managing your emotions, and you know how to motivate yourself if there's no other motivation from outside, for example. It would be from your side. And that leads us to social awareness. That means that you recognize yourself and you recognize others, and you understand other people's emotions. And that would end in the good relationship and the relationship management, which is managing your relation with others and your emotions as well. Here we are talking, what I mean by this, that if in order to work on your professional etiquette and also to be in good manners in leadership, whether a man or a woman, you need to focus on emotional intelligence, which is the cycle that is presented here: self-awareness, self-regulation sometimes, even the social skills that you need to have, and to be motivated all the time, even in difficult times. And that won't be without having the feelings of empathy and understanding others. So what would be important in workplace and in etiquette is very important here, so that you grasp all what is needed. So if we are talking about women empowerment, so you need to focus on what make women leaders and how can they build their credibility and how they foster respect in diverse organizational environments. Also, the positions that they demonstrate, how they work in etiquette forms, how they strengthen the professional relationships, and how they enhance workshop and workplace harmony. So, if you are a woman, you have to adhere to the professional etiquette, and of course, a man should allow women leaders to balance authority with the empathy and how they can create their inclusive and productive teams to work together in good manners and in good etiquette. So the best way is to present that in through respectful communication, which means that the professional etiquette can help women to overcome gender biases, for example, if they face any bias in their work or in their coming future, by emphasizing, as my previous colleague said, on your competence, on confidence, on how to be more respectful in communication. And here, effectiveness of women is in decision making. This is what makes her really clear and makes her able to manage conflicts, and how can she promote collaborative decision making. Another thing is the participation of how to participate professional etiquette that would enable her to navigate cultural diversity and to maintain professionalism in a global leadership context. So culturalism and diversity is the key here. And I think it's a good model to mention here and to focus on, for example, Queen Rania, as how she presents women in leadership roles, and that inspires others, women when they model etiquette through active listening, for example. If you try to see and listen to her and her fairness and integrity, that's one of the great women in leadership examples. So at the end, here we are talking about, when we talk about professionalism in etiquette, this what provides women leaders with how to provide them with strategies, how to handle challenging situations, for example, with diplomacy and with grace. Of course, we cannot forget the organizational culture, that women leaders who practice professional etiquette, they contribute better to building organizational cultures. of course, based on respect and accountability, and that won't be without the help of other people, especially men in this field. So we are talking here about mastering professional etiquette, and what follows is that what allows women to enhance their leadership presence, especially when you talk about advancing equality in workplace. But before I end this, I would like just to focus on if I have time. Can I have more time on to add something? Yes?
Yes, Professor
Yes.
Amani, go on.
Thank you. So I would like to connect this with certain sustainable development goals, and I'm sure that all the students here are aware of. So when we talk about sustainable development goals, we have 17 goals, as you can see here. And when we talk about women issues and gender issues, so we are concentrating on the goal number 5, which is gender equality, and also goal number 10, which is reduced inequalities. And when we talk about work and how to work in workplace, that's of course, and the construction part and everything that you are dealing with nowadays, it's 11, which is sustainable cities and communities. And that cannot be done, all the 17 goals, without the partnership that we are having today to complete and to work on such goals. And so when we talk about gender issues here and women studies, we concentrate on internationally on everything, like how we can have gender away from violence, and how we can have security, and how can we work on global human issues and human rights, and to fight and be against war problems and war issues. So I think here we can go back to what was first known by one of the main leaders in this area, which is the idea of what King Abdullah said once about youth, which is that it's all what we have here. It's to have great citizens, and we cannot do this without our students who are willing to welcome and to have great energies. Now, to go back to what I call the professional etiquette, it's good to mention that we have different types of etiquette. For example, for you, as when you talk about how do you use etiquette, for example, in emails and in social media. I know that this is very of a high interest for you as students and as workers in the future. Here are, for example, some signs that you always use. Also, I can see the different types of how we mix business with pleasure, for example. We need to focus more on punctuality, on greetings, on knowing the titles of people we are meeting, on even how we dress and the business attire and so on. Even sometimes the gifts that we may give to others in our social life, and how we can show respect to others. Of course, if we are talking about work, so that's the respect to our boss, for example, and that would help in different social situations, and even not only in how you show respect to others and how the greetings, for example, to women, and even the entertainment and the topics that you may talk with or you should avoid. For example, you should avoid talking about topics that make people not happy. If this is not a clear conversation based on your for example, timing that you can work on. Even it's okay to know that the essentials of etiquette was since Victorian etiquette, and that is from the French generation. That was in that time very important to know how to tackle things like, for example, etiquette dinner, and how to enjoy your time and even conversation. So when you make conversation, for example, the smile and the opening lines, and even the lean that you are in, and the tone, even the eye contact and the nod, the safe and unsafe topics that you can use, and how to make people enjoy being relaxed in certain situations. So one of the main quotes that was by Peter Post, he said, "Think before you act and decide which action you are going to take. And once you decide which action to take, so do it sincerely and be considerate, be respectful, and most importantly, be honest." This is very important, how to be honest. And remember, we have different things you need to know. It's not only about your university that you are studying in, it's your life. So even when you talk about, for example, dining, there's a dining etiquette you have to follow. The way that you can arrange the table, the way that you shake hands, and so on. It's also good to know that we need to be in good shape in business. So that's for your real work, for example. So there are tips how to be clothed for men, for example, the way that how you dress formally, and for women, there are also tips how to be in good fit and to be accordingly arranged. Also, the body language, don't forget the communication and the social etiquette, how to be how to meet and how to greet others. So for success, I would end with this. So just to know about to stick to time that I have, that respect and kindness in the workplace is very important. We have basic manners, we have communication skills you have to work on. So it's good to know that being professionally present in your work needs proper appearance. Even sometimes you need to know about disability etiquette, which is how to work or to cope with people with disabilities in terms of human rights, and how to solve certain problems, how to be culturally aware of others, especially in diversity. And as I mentioned before, honesty and integrity is the main thing. And maybe after I said this, I think it's clear to your mind that what etiquette is. It's a French term used, as I told you, in many cultures, and borrowed in English in Webster's College University. It's defined as the forms and practices prescribed by social convention and by authority. And of course, the professional etiquette makes you, or you should be so aware that the first impression, if you go to work later, hopefully the first impression is the most important, which is it's much easier to make a good first impression than to correct a bad one, as you know. And we have different rules for this impression, how to make it, but because of time I cannot now consider all the things. I need also, because we are talking here about two cores in this session, which is Etiquette and Women in Leadership. I would like to remind you about the Sustainable Development Goal that was in the report of special reports the last year, which is said by Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of the United Nations. He said, unless we act now, the 2030 agenda will become an epitaph for a world that might have been. And he had numbers, and he put in numbers what is our situation in our world, showing that we need to work more on what is called gender equality. And that is the gender equality number 5, which is the goal that says achieving gender equality and empower all women and girls. And of course, this cannot be achieved unless we achieve all the subdivisions of the target, as you can see here. And we can work more on gender. By that, we reduce inequalities, which is among other countries, for example. And I think by this we can work more on what we call the modeling process, that we promote strategies that male beings have to work on, which is the natural style or the common strategies that they work on, to and focus more on the female strategy to make it to work more on promotion levers, which is the right of people and the right of networks, and also the projects that you are working on and the business areas that you may proceed in. And of course, we can see different gender inequalities in this area, as previously mentioned, for example, uneven education, sometimes the employment inequality, sometimes even the situation, the legal and the medical and the racism that may be, or the political misrepresentation and so on. At the end, we want women to be empowered. And since we are here in university atmosphere, we talk about education for all. And of course, when you go to work, we want to increase participation in our workplace. So I would like here to end my presentation. Hopefully I try to cover all the things that is needed. And thanks again to this opportunity to be with you, Your Excellencies and professors. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Amani. Thank you. We now move into our next main session with Dr. Dalia Tarazi, who will present on sustainable construction, its impact